Welcome to another video from Westeros.org. This is a bit of a special one, introducing a particular aspect of the site. If you've visited, you have perhaps come across a section called Blood of Dragons and wondered what that is. Well, that is the website and the web section for Blood of Dragons MUSH, a role-playing game that we're running set in Westeros, and it was in fact the way that we first got in touch with George when we in '98 contacted him and asked him for permission, which he kindly granted us, to run this game. And then you might be wondering, well, what is a mush? Well, MUDs might be a little bit more familiar. They are basically old school, text-based role-playing games, but where MUDs have a lot to do with quests and coded monsters and leveling up and fighting, the role-playing aspect is what is strongest on a mush. It is very much about cooperative storytelling, and that's what we definitely try to emphasize on the game. We do have some code to support things like jousting and such, but largely it is about writing. And we decided to set this game not in the timeline of the books because we wanted to stay as canon as possible and use the canon history. So we picked a time some 140 years before the start of a Game of Thrones. We actually began the game during the reign of King Daeron I, the young dragon, when he had just conquered Dorne. And then we played out through the whole of his trying to hold Dorne and the rebellion, and we even played out his death in Dorne. And now we are in the reign of his brother, King Baelor, who is not yet called the Blessed, but he has locked up his three beautiful sisters in the keep that will be known as the Maiden Vault, and the court is finding it increasingly difficult to deal with this very pious young king. We also have the possibility of role-playing at the court of Sunspear. So players can have one character in King's Landing and one character, if they so desire, in Sunspear, and in both cases everyone is playing a noble or someone closely associated with a noble household, because we want to focus on politics and intrigue. But we do provide some more action-oriented plots as well. We've had dealing with bandits and pirates and of course tourneys. Baelor may not be greatly fond of them, but we do try to sneak them in both places to provide some more action-oriented or entertainment for our players. Does this sound like something that you might want to try? Do you like reading? Do you like writing and creating stories together with other people? Well, you might want to check out some of the clients that's what we call the ways of connecting. There's a web client. We're going to be providing links on the video to these. An easy web client that we link on the site as well, that you can use to check out the game and to check out one of our pre-created characters to just get started right off. And then there are various clients. For Windows you have something called Mush Client and also one called Simple Moo. They're both very good. They're old these days because mushing is a bit of a niche hobby these days, but they're still very solid for what they do. And then for Mac, there's also Atlantis, which is actually created by our host Sparks, which is a fabulous client, and the only thing that would make us want to use a Mac. So if you feel like trying out one of those, just log on as a guest or create a visitor account, and we usually have some staff or player greeters who are around to help you out, and start taking a look through our massive family trees to see if you find a character that might suit you.